Kempire is brought to you by Happy 2025. It's a new year and it's a new era for the Kempire podcast. Make sure you subscribe today and make sure that you give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. And shout out to those of you that have left glowing reviews and maybe not so glowing reviews. That's okay too. Thank you so much for the support and sharing our new podcast and everything that's to come. We don't just recap all the things that you've seen already on our YouTube channel. You also get special exclusive episodes and sometimes additional thoughts to the live recaps that we had on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe today and make sure you give us a 5-star review. Thank you in advance. You're listening to Kempire here on the Kempire Radio Network. Guys, Valentine's Day is right around the corner. You do realize that, right? It's literally this week, this Saturday is February 1st. Sidebar, I'll be making an appearance at Watch Mark Crappen's Crappy Awards at Town Hall this weekend, so stay tuned for that. But anyways, our friends over at Rose Forever sponsoring today's Tuesday Takeover, roses that will last you at least a year because Valentine's Day is right around the corner. And you know I've had these roses, I don't even know, it's been months. They still have the rose smell to them. They still look beautiful, dust-free, big and luxurious, and will last you a long time. You're probably paying triple what you're paying for this for roses that will last you 2 weeks. I just want to point that out to you. But they don't just have these roses, but these are perfect for Valentine's Day. But they have other types of roses and shapes and assortments out there. They also have candles. So if you're looking for something for Valentine's Day for yourself, your boo, or whatever, you want something for yourself, we've got you covered. Check out the description for more details on how you can get a discount of $20 with the discount code Kempire20 and a link. All right. Head on over to the description for more details and shout out to our friends over at Rose Forever for sponsoring Tuesday Takeover. All right. Let me put this here. And that goes for anyone watching on any other platform, TikTok, Twitch, Twitter. Just head on over to either our Facebook or our YouTube channel for more links. All right, shout out to everyone here. I appreciate you all being here, and thank you so much for your patience. Don't forget to like the video. It's easy and it's free, okay? Tuesday Takeover is officially back for now.
Times are tough, and I'm feeling blue. 3 words of wisdom. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Just saying. Anyways, okay, where do we start? You know, we always love to start Tuesday Takeover with some good news, all right? So I always also want to know, what is your good news? A lot of times we don't think about it and we might be celebrating something, or we didn't celebrate something that we should be celebrating. So what exactly is your good news today? What's my good news today? Look, I had a fantastic weekend in the DMV. Come on. Yes, I did. Sold out show. Stacey Rush stopped through. We had a good old time. I met a lot of you that I didn't get to meet the first time that I did our show in the DMV. Sidebar. Y'all keep asking about, a speed dating event. I'm doing my homework. But speaking of which, this Friday night, Friday East Coast time night, not West Coast, not GMT, East Coast, West Coast, not West Coast time. We will be doing another Dating and Astrology live. So buckle up, get your pictures ready. No, your pictures. Get your looks ready. Be ready to be on camera. Call in, share your dating stories or upcoming dating stories or tips or questions that you have. All right, this Friday. All right. I'll say. Okay, so what's your good news? You going to tell me your good news? All right. Oh, okay, Ash. Ash says, I got a treadmill today for my home. That's fantastic. I've been trying to keep up with getting my 10K steps a day. It's actually harder than you think. And this is coming from someone that walks a lot. But I guess since I moved, it probably not, and it's cold, so I'm not walking outside a lot. But I'm going to hit that treadmill. Yes, I am. Drea says, is this live? Nope. Drea says, is this live? Right now? Nope. Nope. Oh, Danielle, you going to be there? Finally, Danielle says, I will have my popcorn and dating stories ready. Thank you. Because your stories are interesting. But yeah, keep sharing. Replay crew, we haven't forgotten about you. Be sure to share us with your Good news as well. But good news in pop culture, we have to say congratulations to Skai Jackson. So Skai Jackson and this man, she's beautiful, had a baby. Look. So she made the announcement this week that, first of all, we had saw her in the streets looking pregnant, and everyone's like, Skai Jackson pregnant by that man? And this has been a tumultuous relationship. But our friends over at People Magazine let us know that Skai Jackson is a mom. Yay. Look. Enough of that. The former Disney star, 22, has welcomed her first baby with her boyfriend, whom she has not publicly identified. Damn. Jackson revealed the exciting news through an Instagram post shared on Sunday, January 26th. Aquarius. You guys got another Aquarius. Alongside a photograph of herself holding her newborn baby's hands, the actress seemingly revealed her child's name as she wrote in her caption. I think Kasai is how you pronounce it. Oh, the cute little... Oh, wait, let me show you the picture, because I know you probably want to see the picture of the baby's hands. I mean, you won't see the baby. She seems like she wants to live a private life, and I respect that. And maybe that's part of the reason why she hasn't told us anything about this man. But we've seen them, and they've had a tumultuous relationship. So this is the picture that she posted on her socials in announcing the baby's arrival. Cute. Yeah, I'm in my green era, so I love anything green. I like this little green she's got on. All right? But here's the downside of this situation. Where is this man that she's had a tumultuous relationship with? So no other details, including the baby's sex or birth date, has been shared. People exclusively confirmed November 2024 that Jackson was expecting her first child with her boyfriend. I'm thrilled to begin this new chapter in my life, embracing motherhood and diving into new acting projects. My heart is full, Jackson told People at the time. In recent years, the star, who is best known for playing Zuri Ross on Jessie and its spinoff Bunked, released her book, Reached for the Sky, How to Inspire, Empower, and Clap Back in 2019, and appeared on Dancing with the Stars in 2020. While she was preparing to become a mother, Jackson bonded with her mom, Kia Cole, who raised the actress as a single mother. My mom always taught me to stand up for myself, stand up for what I believe in, and fight for what's right, she told People in February of 2023. I thank her for that because without her, I probably wouldn't have had a lot of confidence that I do now. But here's the thing. Skai Jackson revealed over the weekend that she had given birth to her first child, according to her friends over at Your Web. But the father, DeAndre Bergen, this man, wasn't present as he's been incarcerated since November. I know your mother wanted so much more for you, Skai. I know she did. She did not do all the things that she did so that you could have the career that you had for you to end up with a man like this. Look.
What is this, honey?
Bergen is currently serving a 90-day sentence for violating his parole. He was already on parole, y'all. He's currently serving a 90-day sentence for violating his parole related to a previous juvenile case, involving theft and weapon possession. According to TMZ, he is expected to be released in February. As you may recall, Skai was arrested in August for a domestic battery after allegedly pushing DeAndre, but the case was dismissed when he didn't cooperate with authorities. Your Web reported earlier that the incident allegedly occurred at the Universal City Walk, a popular entertainment complex where security personnel observed an altercation between Jackson and her boyfriend. Details emerged that Jackson was seen pushing Bergen on more than one occasion. Despite both Jackson and her boyfriend claims that nothing physical transpired and their relationship was well, security detained the couple until law enforcement arrived. The deputies reported that after reviewing video footage, they witnessed Skai Jackson pushing Bergen, leading to her arrest for misdemeanor domestic battery. She was cited and released a few hours later. I mean, look, I have to give you the full story. So, we start the show off for Tuesday Takeover with some good news and some what the F news. So, Skai Jackson, you got both. Okay. Someone in my TikTok chat, Jay, says she should have stayed with Beyonce's nephew, Jules. Well, that wasn't a healthy relationship either. If you remember the detail, why do I even know the details of these teenagers' situation? She's not a teenager anymore. But why do I even know the details of that? That wasn't a healthy situation, but Jules seems to be back on track when it comes to his life. He's not getting in trouble. He's now a model and focusing on that. Skai, congrats. What do you want me to? Woo. I have nothing. I just wanted to report the story to you because it's a part of our Tuesday Takeover. Okay? Speaking of pregnancies, this will lead us into talking about Harlem. Guys, the new season of Harlem is now available on Prime. I know we all have Prime and we probably should be getting rid of it. Amazon, Jeff Bezos. Yes, the day, the mess of it all. Either way, we want to support this Black show. OMG. Okay. That will lead me to talking about the Target situation in DEI. We have to talk about it on some level. Okay. But let's talk about Harlem. The first 2 episodes are now available. The 3rd episode will be coming out on January 30th. That is Thursday. I love this show. I've loved this show since season 1. If you've been following the channel for the last couple of years, we've been talking about this show. So when people think that we just talk about housewives here, I don't know where you've been, because we talk about everything. And this is one of the scripted shows that we talk about and cover. And just like that, where are you? Look. And just like that, where are you? Just saying. I mean, I think we're going to get a longer season for And Just Like That, because they've been filming a long time. I think they're done now. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to White Lotus. Might have to talk about White Lotus during our Tuesday Takeover. But anyways, back to Harlem. So the first 2 episodes are available. Here's the thing. I love this cast, but for those that were here yesterday, I mentioned normally I would be able to separate someone's art from their personal life. And as you know, Megan Good's personal life with Jonathan Major has been interesting. It's a story that we've been talking about and covering. And I just feel like I can't unsee the odd of it all when I look at Megan Good anymore. I still enjoyed the episodes. Don't get me wrong. Okay. Julie says, what channel is this? It's on Prime Video, Harlem. And it's a great show. Whoopi Goldberg's in it. Bev is in it. Who else is in it? A bunch of people. Look, a bunch of people. It's really good. It's well written. My guy from Down in the Valley with a Girl. But anyways, and he still looks very good. All right. His character on the show is Ian. And as you know, I feel like it's a black version of Sex and the City in a way. And these women play the different archetypes. And Camille, Megan Good's character, is very much like Carrie from Sex and the City in a lot of ways. In a lot of ways annoying, like Carrie from Sex and the City. I like Carrie, but there are some annoying things. I'm never surprised when people say I never liked Carrie from Sex and the City. I'm not surprised by that. So Camille has that same energy. But like I was saying, it's hard for me to watch it. It didn't ruin it for me, but I still kind of look at Megan Good like, okay, girl. But I enjoyed it. And maybe it helped because I still was annoyed by her character. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. Okay, just giving you a heads up. So we find out in episode 2 that she's pregnant with Ian's baby because they can never seem to get it together. If you've been watching the series, then you know they've been on again, off again. Then they seem to be back on again. And then they broke up at the top of this season. But they are, and some of you might be able to relate to this. It's very relatable to a lot of you. A lot of y'all still sleeping with your exes. But look, I think after you end a relationship, sometimes you have that I guess that I haven't had that. I will just be honest with you. I've never had where we broke things off and it's sort of like this back and forth for maybe months. So we see that between Camille and Ian during the season. Okay. And I apologize if I don't know everyone's the characters' names at this particular point because it's been so long. And now I'm like, what's the name? Matter of fact, let me just pull up the characters' names so I don't want to mess it up. But I do love this cast. Hold on, let me just bring up the cast name so I know everybody. Okay, so Grace Byers, who we remember on Empire, and she married her co-star from Empire and is living her best life. She plays Quinn. I'm liking the evolution of Quinn. If we had to pick out what character on Sex and the City Quinn plays, I would say Quinn was Charlotte. But in season 3 of Harlem, I feel as if Quinn is changing. Like she's almost like a Charlotte and a Miranda. So Quinn, you definitely see an evolution this season. She's got, she's sleeping with this new man that ends up being a big opportunity for her as a stylist. But then I think to myself, Jerry Johnson, who plays Ty on the far right in the purple, she kind of reminds me of Samantha Jones, but also Miranda in a lot of ways. But that's what makes Harlem. It's not a copycat of Sex and the City, but the archetypes are there. And I think if you look at your own friend group, you probably have a friend group like this too, where you're the Carrie or you're the Miranda. I don't have a friend group like this. And if I did have a friend group like this, I'd probably be Camille or Carrie. Damn, I'm annoying. Damn. No, I'm the central figure. Everything revolves around me. Nasta says it's a good blend. It is. Hey, Juliet says, thank you, Kempire. I need a distraction from everything that's going on. Juliet, we're going to briefly talk about some of what's going on because that's what Tuesday Takeover is. Oh my gosh, Kofi. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we have a great cast and a great looking cast. I don't have a picture of my boy, Tyler Lepley, even though I've heard some things about him behind the scenes, but I'm not going to say that here. Okay. It just kind of ruined what I thought of him. I don't know what I thought of him. I was just attracted to him. I didn't think that he was a good person. It's okay. He's still gorgeous. But you know who my favorite character from this is? It's Angie. Angie is in a new relationship. She's engaged. She's planning a wedding, but she's also pursuing her acting career. Okay. She's probably my favorite of this cast. She makes me laugh. She's able to give you such depth. You get drama from her, but you also get a lot of funny. For me, she's probably my favorite. Who would she be in a Sex and the City archetype? Because for me, she's sort of like a mix between herself and Samantha Jones. You get what I mean? Hey, Lovely Ray. Lovely Ray says, hey, everybody, I had a blast at the DC show. I came alone, but felt welcomed. And you told me to put my phone away. I don't remember that. Sorry, Ray. Thank you for coming, though. You're gorgeous. Okay. DC, y'all, someone came to the mic and said they want me to do a speed dating situation. If you want me to do a speed dating situation, keep talking about it, okay? Let's get that happening. Hey, Brooklyn Rose. Brooklyn Rose, thank you for being a member. Brooklyn Rose says, Kempire's live to the rescue. I can't forget about the drama my son had. Oh, I can forget about the drama my son had in school today for a good hour or so. I'm so nosy. I'm like, what happened? But maybe we shouldn't be talking about it. What happened? Just saying. Everyone has their dramas, see? But there's also some good news. Okay? All right, but back to Harlem. For those that are just joining us, we're talking about Harlem on Prime Video. I always forget that I have that app, but luckily the Apple TV app reminded me that there was a new season of Harlem. So that the first 2 episodes are now available. I'm glad they broke it up this way that we can kind of talk about this week to week. And the first 2 episodes were good. I was definitely engaged. Camille is still a hot mess. Camille is pregnant. Camille is not sure whether or not that if she should keep this baby. So she calls her mom. Her mom has something, right? Because she did say in episode 2 that her mom's is walking around undiagnosed. There are a lot of people walking around undiagnosed. But literally, as I'm seeing her in this scene interact with her mom, I'm like, her mom might have autism or some, she might be on the spectrum. I'm not sure. However, or she could just be a bad mom. But I just the way that it was portrayed to us, I was like, wait, no, I think she might have something. Okay. So that is the big thing that's happening right now. But here's the thing. So at the beginning of episode 1, Camille and Ian are sort of still sleeping with each other. They're friends with benefits until, and this is what happens, some of you can relate to this, your friends with benefits gets into a relationship and they ghost you. But here's the thing. These two had a relationship. So he ghosts her because he's talking to someone else, only for when she's out with her girls, she sees him with someone that she thought was just his friend, like a little sister. And apparently he's dating her. But here we go. By the end of episode 2, because she's on the fence on whether or not she's going to keep the child, he texts her. He wants to have a conversation with her about it because it seems as if he's changed his mind on it because he wants some sort of, look, he's the man in the situation, but it's her body, her choice. I know they've repealed it, but still her body, her choice in the state of New York. All right. Because they're in Harlem. So here's the thing. The timeline is not timelining. Why would with Ian be already talking about having a baby with this other person? I know he's known her a long time, but they weren't dating a long time. I guess maybe she felt she always wanted to have a baby. We see them at the office. As soon as Bev was sort of like, Bevy, sorry, I'm calling Bev like we Aunt Tammy. As soon as she said they went to an appointment together, I said, what? Appointment together? Like, this is a new relationship. So I was like, what kind of appointment is this? It had to be something. So we fast forward in episode 2 where we see Ian with this Johnny come lately trick. No, playing. About they have embryos. Well, here's the thing. Some people do this. There are a lot of people on their fertility journey right now that I know. Have surrogacy, different things. People are, especially when you reach a particular age. So apparently they already have embryos and she's so emotional. She's like, oh, I can't believe this is real. And he gets a text message from Camille, Megan Good, that she decided she's going to keep the baby. So he's got 2 or 3, depending, you do, the embryos. He's got multiple babies happening at the same time. This is a mess. But almost predictable, but a mess. Ooh, this Megan Good picture that they have on social media for her. I know she said she was going to her skincare person. They were putting something on her skin that was lightening her skin. That's not a good photo of her, though. But anyways. So far, episode 1 and episode 2, I'm in. The new season of Harlem is available right now on Prime. Episode 3 will be coming out this Thursday, and then we will revisit next week. Okay? I am going to do a separate live talking about Young, Famous, and African because we still have to unpack and talk about what's going on with Annie and Tubaba. And I know our African connects are going to want to call in and weigh in. Okay? All right. I've given you a couple of short form updates. Just saying. But yeah, so if I had to rate the first 2 episodes of Harlem, I think they were solid 8, maybe a 9. And I think it's going to be a short season. I don't think they're going to have a long season, but it is their final season. I know you probably heard the rumor that it's their final season. No, it's definitely their final season. And they were out last week promoting the new season. And they did talk on the Breakfast Club about people not believing Megan Good and Jonathan Majors' relationship. Either it's not a real relationship or Megan Good makes poor decisions. I'm going to say the latter. I think it could be said for both. Because if it is a real relationship and she decided to get into a relationship with a man that was accused of battering a woman, and then all this other stuff comes out and you decide to go public with this relationship, because he had just broken up with this woman, literally days before all of a sudden we see that they're hand in hand, unless you were the woman he was texting when Grace Jabari was trying to grab his phone. I mean, then there's that. Just asking. But I think it's probably better that we think that this is just a fake relationship. But at the end of the day, poor decisions. It's okay. It's okay. Danny says, I can't believe it's the last season. I don't know. I'm sure they probably talked about why they decided to make it the last season. I definitely think the show could have went on for maybe 2 more seasons. I do want to normalize, very much like what they do in the UK, ending things, giving things a limited run, as opposed to, oh, the show is doing well and we're going to run this sucker into the ground. I wish that we would normalize ending things like that and making things limited. I have seen that they've started to do that here in the States, but it's not the common thing. Okay. K-Baby says, I still believe it's PR. Me too. But then people, there are 1 or 2 people like, you're so hateful, why can't it be real? I'm looking at the facts. I want to see love. I want to see love. I want to see black love. What's his history, though? I mean, he did tell Grace Jabari that he wanted her to be his Coretta. And I said, okay. Melissa says, I agree, Kempire, but 1 season is too short. Here's the thing. If you watch a UK television, Danny, right? I'm calling Danny out. For those that remember, is Miranda here? If you watch UK television, if it's done right, sometimes all you need is a season. Just saying. All right, let's move on. What is my list? What do I want to talk about? All right. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills mid-season trailer came through. Did you guys see it? Look, first of all, shout out to Garcelle. Garcelle is back to black hair. And for those people that were acting as if Garcelle's red hair wasn't fly, it was fly, but I'm glad I felt like, okay, we've done over a year in the red hair. Let's get back to the black hair. Let's get back to your natural, beautiful lusciousness, okay? So she's back to the black hair, okay? But the mid-season trailer actually got me interested in what's to come on this new season of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. It seems as if Kyle and Dorit do get to a better place at some particular point. I know they've said that in interviews already. I'm glad, because I'm tired of talking about the text message. I did see an interview that Erica Jane did where people were, they were talking about how Dorit says that Erica's scared of Kyle. And Erica's like, I am scared of no one on this cast. And I believe her on that. I do believe her. I do believe she is twerking on a fence a lot this season and talking out the side of her face during certain things. But I also don't believe that she's scared of Kyle. I think she might be aligning herself with Kyle. Do you think next season that we will finally get a break from Kyle? Maybe? Okay. Miranda says, hey, Miranda says, I remember one of the MLK kids, probably Bernice King, was so insulted he referenced her as my Coretta. And it's all disrespect in a whole assortment of ways. But anyways, so what was I talking about? Oh, Beverly Hills. So, but one of the things that stood out to a lot of people from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills season 14 mid-season trailer, a mouthful, was when Sutton had to remind everyone on this cast and us that she's a rich. She was like, my wallet is. I didn't see that coming. Look. Do I think that Sutton is innocent? Everyone's like, Sutton doesn't have a storyline. Sutton, and one of the narratives that they're painting of Sutton this season is that she pretends to want sisterhood, but her actions say another. And I said to you guys before, I believe that Sutton has her ways, That's because she's a Virgo. She has her ways, but I do believe, very much Virgo too, I do believe Virgos truly care about people, truly want to help people. So when Sutton says to these folks that she wants to help them, I believe her. Does she have a funny way of showing it sometimes? Yes. Okay. She said, my wallet is. For me, she was my favorite part of the mid-season trailer. She was the only reason why I got excited to watch. Her and Jennifer Tilly. Jennifer Tilly is a perfect friend of. It's very much Kathy Hilton. Can you imagine Kathy Hilton and Jennifer Tilly? Yes, we have them both this season. We're not getting a lot of Kathy, though, so far. Right? Charles says, yes, her wallet is fat. And that's just facts. I did see, because, randomly you'll see comments where people were sort of like, oh, Sutton's talking about all her money that she got from her husband. Yeah, let's not downplay women that have supported their men so that they could achieve what they have achieved. When Sutton got with her husband, they both had nothing. They built that together and raised the family. The court saw it, that made sure that she got what she deserved in that divorce. And she was smart enough to do what she needed to do. There are a lot of people that don't end up like Sutton does in a divorce. Sutton ended up with a nice fat check every single month, property, all kinds of things. Alex says, at Virgos love a humble brag. Which is so funny because that's the name of Cynthia and Crystal's podcast, Humble Brag, but neither one of them are Virgos. Isn't Crystal an Aquarius? I know Cynthia is a Pisces, right? Yeah, Pisces. Melissa says, yes, say it to the people in the back, Kempire. Just saying. But anyway, so the mid-season trailer for me actually got me a little more excited. And I was also excited that it was the mid-season trailer, meaning that we're not dragging out a season of PK and Dorit's divorce and things like that. Again, I don't 100% believe that. That was something else that came up in the mid-season trailer where Erica says, in the state of California, after 10 years, they get lifetime of spousal support. And this is Dorit and PK's 10th year. They're not getting a divorce, okay? Eventually, I think they'll get a divorce because I don't believe that this is a deep marriage, but I do believe that this is a partnership. But I say all that to say, I just wanted to mention that. But since we're talking about that, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, did you guys see that Erica Jane's son, who doesn't like the spotlight, keeps a very low-key life, Erica Jane does not post him on social media. Well, he was in the damn ASAP Rocky trial, testifying. He's cute. Okay, take a closer look. We've seen pictures of him before, for those that know. We've seen pictures of him before, but he does lead a very quiet life. When you look closer, he has Erica's original face. Shut up. But you can see how that's Erica Jane's son. Handsome. All right. So TMZ lets us know more proof of Hollywood is small. The first witness at A$AP Rocky's Pow 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 trial was an LAPD officer who just so happens to be the son of Erica Jane. Wait. Hold on. I got to play my...
Merce is in the purse.
Okay. All right. So Tom Zizzo was called to the stand Friday at Rocky's trial, as Rocky's trial got underway in a downtown Los Angeles courthouse, and he told the jury about his ties to the case. Turns out Erica's son was one of the cops who responded to the alleged pow pow pow, and he testified about what he saw at the scene when he arrived. While Thomas has a famous mother, this is really his first time in the spotlight. He never appeared on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and Erica doesn't post him on her social media either, which she says is out of respect for his privacy as a police officer. Yeah, because it puts his life at risk when he's on the beat. I'm sorry, I'm showing it. Well, he testified in court, okay? And we all know what he looks like. And honestly, if you saw him on the street, you probably wouldn't even realize it was him. All right? Moving along, sidebar, they're saying that Rihanna is considering going to court with Rocky to kind of, first of all, she's a celebrity, but also she is the mother of his 2 children. And that would be a good thing because he's in the middle of a trial. But let me give you this other update in regards to this. So according to TMZ, they said A$AP Rocky rolled the dice and rejected a plea bargain in his felony assault case because the deal would have cost him his livelihood. Sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ. Rocky's trial started, I think, what was it, earlier this week? Monday? I don't remember. No, not Monday. Was it last week? Rocky's trial starts with opening statements, and he faces 24 years in prison. And this is for allegedly powing A$AP Rocky in November of 2021. You remember this case. So the plea deal he was offered included 180 days in jail, which he probably wouldn't have served because of the overcrowding in county jail. A guilty plea to the most serious of the 2 felonies for which he was charged, assault with a semi-automatic weapon, a 7-year suspended sentence, 3 years probation, and 500 hours of community service. One Rocky source with direct knowledge tell TMZ this would effectively end his career because he would lose all of his endorsement contracts, including Gucci, Puma, the Met Gala. Not the Met Gala. Come on, no. And most important, he would not be able to tour and his career would be over. Here's the thing, the touring part, yes, because he wouldn't be able to, I guess he could get permission, but it would be a hassle. The source in some countries probably wouldn't let him in because of that. The source added they would have him under his thumb for over 8 years. But if he's convicted, it's going to happen regardless. And it seems like the evidence against him is pretty damning. So a jury was selected Thursday afternoon, and prosecutors were all over prospective jurors asking if they would be influenced if Rihanna showed up in the courtroom. And now there's word on the street that she might show up to the courtroom, probably looking amazing. Our bet she's going to be front and center for at least part of the trial. The other update from TMZ that says Rocky's lawyer, Joe Tecopina, tells TMZ aside from the proposed plea deal bargain being a career ender for his client, he's not taking any plea because he has always maintained his innocence. I think the narrative that this taking the plea deal would hurt his career is something they want to put out there because a lot of people were saying he should have taken the plea. He should have taken the plea. Again, we have another amazing woman with amazing talent with a man that's dragging her down. Look, anyways, I just want to give you that update. Okay, just giving you an update. Hold on, let me bring up this other story that I wanted to talk about in regards to Karen Huger. Oh, Lord. Karen Huger apparently has fired her attorneys. She should have fired them a lot sooner than she did. Okay, come on. Well, according to our friends over at lovebscott.com, Karen Huger, let me bring this down. Karen Huger may have lost her battle in court, but she's not down for the count just yet. So as you know, she's supposed to be sentenced tomorrow. But apparently, they're trying to push that off. Karen Huger fired her legal team after being found guilty in her DUI case and has asked that her sentencing be postponed to allow her time to finish rehab and talk with her new attorneys. In Touch can exclusively report. According to court documents obtained by In Touch, Karen's request to postpone her January 29th sentencing was granted. The judge set a new date for February 26th for Karen, who's 61, to find out what consequences she will face. Back in December of 20... First of all, here, Karen, your problem wasn't your attorneys. Because I don't believe that your attorney said, yeah, you should fight this after watching the body cam footage. based off of a lot of the legal experts that viewed this case, they believe that you saw this as well and said, yeah, let's fight this, as opposed to taking some sort of plea deal. So as you know, back in December of 2024, a Maryland jury found that Karen guilty of driving under the influence, negligent driving, and failure to control speed to avoid collision. The charge of reckless driving was dismissed. As you know, we collaborated with Stephanie St. Alban talking about this case along with some other cases. Be sure to check that out here on the channel or on the podcast. I can't help it. The charges were filed against Karen after a March 2024 car crash. The RHOP star was accused of striking a median while driving her 2017 Maserati, then hitting a street sign before slamming into a tree. Karen was arrested due to police believing she was under the influence. And then, as you know, after the trial ended, the body cam footage was released, and we have never been the same. Right? We have never been the same. From Thomas Jefferson's concubine to your poor and white, and I'm lit. I don't think her problem was her legal team. Her problem, honestly, was herself and not taking accountability. Someone on my Instagram, I don't remember who, says that I don't think Karen is a liar. She could not incriminate herself on the show, blah, blah, blah. You also don't have to say the things that she was saying, like, I'm going to be vindicated. How are you going to be vindicated? Here's the thing. Karen has lied. Karen is a liar on this show. She's lied to us many times. However, the fact that she would sit up on this show thinking that she was going to be vindicated after that body cam footage, she thought that we would never see that body cam footage. We could always rely on Miss Esquire to give us some legal advice, legal information. Ms. Esquire says she can hire new counsel on appeal, but did she have an ineffectual assistance of counsel here? Girl, just do what you got to do. Just come get your sentence. Anyways, they continue in regards to this case. Prosecutors charged Karen with driving under the influence negligently, driving a car in a careless and imprudent manner, endangering property, life, and person, and various other counts. In her motion filed on January 9th asking to postpone her sentencing, Karen's new legal team, David A. Martella and Barry Helfand, explained Karen had, quote, discharged her previous attorneys and hired them. Ms. Huger is seeking to have the benefit of counsel's 30 years of experience handling cases of this kind in the Maryland courts, and in fashioning recommendations that state and court may find acceptable to address the community's interest in accountability, rehabilitation, supervision, and deterrence. Karen's new lawyer said that they last spoke to Karen as she entered an out-of-state program that is appropriate for this case. The lawyer said that they had no received permission from Karen to disclose the nature of the program. It's a spa. Just saying. It's giving that energy. Okay. They continue. They said the rules of the program severely limit the counsel's ability to communicate with Ms. Huger and prepare for sentencing. Karen will be returning from that program on January 28th. Today, the day before the scheduled sentencing. So they want more time to meet with Karen. Anyways. Let's just say, okay. I had to give you an update. Right? Veronique says, Miss Esquire, give Kempire your retainer and rates. No, Miss Esquire has told us that she is not a criminal attorney. But she calls in and gives us free legal perspectives for entertainment purposes only. Hetty, is that your hair? Gorgeous. Hetty says, it's a spa. She's quoting me. It's a spa. I mean, I have to say, based off of the statement that was released and now the attorney saying this, it's giving that it's not the appropriate or proper rehabilitation center, in my opinion, allegedly. That's the vibe. That's the energy I'm getting. What are you getting? I hope she really gets the help that she needs. This is her third, fourth, fifth, who knows at this particular point, DUI. But it's also probably like her 10th time, I don't know. But she admitted during this season of Potomac that she did get behind the wheel of a car that night she was hanging out with Mia and her friends. Someone says free Ray. I was waiting for someone to say that, especially once I used this picture of Ray and Karen together. And I'm telling you, after watching the season of Real Housewives of Potomac, I don't like the way she talks to him. She's a little disrespectful. Just saying. Okay, let's move on. We've covered a lot already. All right, so we're going to take a little bit of a break and talk about not Real Housewives, 90 Day Fiancé. I did start watching, I started watching 90 Day Fiancé the other way, but I've skipped a few episodes and just went straight to the tell-all. And even after watching the tell-all, I'm sort of like, I didn't miss much. And 90 Day Fiancé the other way is usually my favorite of the 90 Day Fiancé series. But I'm sort of looking at Sarper, whatever his name is. You have no room to talk. And they're such a shallow couple. And then watching the season when he accidentally hurt her in their argument when he was trying to grab her phone away. I was like, this is also an abusive relationship, but we knew this was abusive relationship back from when he was trying to control everything that she did and what she wore. Mind you, he's a walking red flag. He's never been in a relationship. This is their first relationship. But apparently, here he is in the United States on a 90-day fiancé visa. The 90 days has started. So they need to get married or he needs to go back home. Inky and Corona. I can never look at the Corona without thinking of the virus. Every time they say her name, I'm like, whose side are you on when it comes to Corona and Inky? Inky gave immature from the gate. He gave immature from the gate, could not. At first, it's like, okay, maybe there's something endearing about him. He hasn't been in a relationship, a serious relationship. This was his first serious relationship. They're no longer together. I was like, what is going on? He ups and leaves the reunion tell-all, leaves his friend there to answer questions. What's that about? We saw that also on 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 Days tell-all. People just up and leaving the reunion or the tell-all. But we'll get to 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 days. I don't have a lot to say about 90 Day Fiancé, the other ways tell-all. I was glad that we were at the tell-all. Kira says, Kira, I was literally in the middle when the family came out. I didn't get to finish the tell-all part 2 yet. But you're right. Corona's family already were giving me life when they came out. Because they were giving it to him, even though he wasn't there. Inky up and left. During the season of 90 Day Fiancé the other way, we saw that he was very immature. He was very immature. So I wasn't surprised that this relationship didn't work out. And here's the thing, and this is part of the reason why I was really starting to not want to watch 90 Day Fiancé or talk about 90 Day Fiancé here anymore, was because I kept on seeing how they were pre-producing so much stuff. Even with Sarper's situation, they had to dig up a woman that he went on a date with 30 years ago. What? What is going on?
What is this, honey?
They had to dig up a relationship that he was in 30 years ago to bring on and have a conversation about. Okay. Who else was on this cast? Hold on. Because I forgot to bring up a picture for this cast. Oh, what you would call it? What was the name of this girl? I forgot her name. First of all, Lauren. His friend came out and tried to defend him, but I'm sort of like, I'm not sure if he's special or if he's Look, I can't even find the words. I think he's special, but I also think that he is a user because I think he also knows what he was doing. I think his whole intention was to leave the United States, which a lot of people are doing. I think his whole intention was to use her in order to get a residency somewhere else. Let me see if I can bring this picture up so you guys can see who I'm talking about. And Vanya, oh God, Vanya. Just when I was trying to give you hope. Look, the men that you were with, they're trash, but I also think that you are very clingy in a lot of ways. So Lauren is the one on the bottom, on the left-hand side. I don't get it. I don't understand it. So I'm not too sure about Lauren and his relationship with, hold on, remember everyone's name, Lauren and Faith. This man is 33 years old. That's a hard 33, okay? I feel like as if he really just wanted to move to the Philippines, and that was the only reason why he was marrying her. At one particular point during the season, he literally was just like, I can marry your mom. What? I can marry your mom. He just wants to get married. He literally is one of those passport bros. He doesn't care. Yes, he's 33. Okay. I have to say, a lot of these couples I don't care about. Rain and Chitty, as you remember, Chitty, he was blind. We talked about him a little bit last week. He, of course, they're not featured during the season. Tiger Lily and Adnan. There we go, Adnan. I don't have a picture of them here. Look, they're together. He's here in the United States. They live in Texas. They have a baby together. He's just very opinionated. Very opinionated when it comes to all these folks and their relationships. Maybe a little too much. But I have to say, some of his opinions make me laugh. Some of his reactions make me laugh. Speaking of people with reactions, Niles. Can we talk about Niles? What in the hell, Niles? Where's my picture of Niles? Niles. Here's the thing. Niles is in a relationship with Matilda. Their relationship is solid, for the most part, for a 90-day fiance. Okay? But he has a lot of strong opinions. He almost gets into a fight, a physical altercation, and it goes left very quickly. I just felt like he was being a little too much. Like, I get it on some level. This is what they do on this show in regards to having opinions on everyone else's relationships. But I felt like he was doing too much. Like, sit there and take in. It's weigh in when you can, but that's about it. What else did I want to say about this cast? Sunny and, how do you pronounce her name? It's like Via? I don't believe in this relationship at all. I don't know what this relationship is. They unpack her relationship with her ex-boyfriend. And remember, the ex-boyfriend flew her to South Africa. And we're all sort of like, are you still interested in him? The entire cast was sort of like, it seems like you might be still interested in him. She says that they're not. I don't know if Sunny's interested in her. I don't know if I believe this relationship. And I told you last time when we spoke about this couple, I wasn't looking at the TV at one particular point, and she was speaking, and I said, wait, that sounds like Miss Piggy. Poppy says he can't Kempire. Literally, Niles has word vomit. And we have to remember, Niles has autism. But here's the thing. No, I feel as if we watch Niles the entire season have control in regards to some of the things that he says and does. But in this environment, and maybe it's because it's this environment, he's doing a lot. Poppy says that Sonny looked done. He should have been done a long time ago. But I don't know if I believe that this was a real relationship. I think this was production. Because they kept on trying to develop some sort of issue with this couple. Anyways, I don't want to spend too much time on all these couples. I did want to mention Vanya. Vanya at the bottom there. Okay? She didn't even end up with this guy. She ended up with another guy that I believe producers hired. Okay? And did their own matchmaking. Only for us to find out that this man videotaped them. This new guy, not the guy that's in the picture. This new guy that they hooked her up with while she was out there because things fell apart very quickly with the guy she had been talking to for months. He videotaped them when they were being intimate. Niles lost a fit because when that guy said to him, Osho or something like that, said to him, "Oh, you're being rude," and he was like, and disrespectful. He was like, "You have nerve to tell me that I'm being rude and disrespectful? And you videotaped her without her knowing?" Yeah, look. I mean, it's not a bad season, 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 days, but it's still not great. It's still not great to me. Leah says Avea is 27, yeah. I believe that Sonny's 26, though. I don't know about... I mean, look, you know how these things how these things happen in the world, okay? All right, guys, if you haven't already, be sure to like the video. It's easy and it's free. This is our Tuesday Takeover, where we cover a variety of hot topics, reality television and scripted television. Mama Allie is keeping the timestamps, so for those that are coming to look for the Blake Lively story or the Diddy story or whatever story, you'll have the timestamps to go directly to those stories. So do not complain in the comment section, because if you complain, I'm just going to ban you from the channel because you obviously did not listen or look to see that there are timestamps. Okay? All right. D. Pegram says, I want to know how Lauren made $46 last so long in the Philippines. I feel like there's so much about him that we just don't know. There's a lot about him that we just don't know, that we just don't understand. How did you guys feel about, oh my goodness. Who else was there in this cast that I want? The middle couple I really don't even care about. What are their names again? Please hold. I have the names right in front of me right here. That's how much of a non-factor. I guess next we're going to see a little bit more of them. Joe and Magda. I guess we'll see a little bit more about what's been going on in regards to his friendship with his ex-girlfriend on the show. Okay. All right. Sylvania says that Lauren is sick. That's the thing. It's hard for me to decide if he's sick, calculated, or something else. You saw he had his friend there during the tell-all defending him, saying that he just doesn't know. He's innocent. And they were coming out, he's not so innocent. He still might have a little something, and still be sick at the same time. All right. All right. That's all I had to say about 90 Day Fiancé. Any other shows that I want to talk about? Of course, The Traitors. But we'll get to that. We'll get to some hot topics first, though. Let me get into this damn Diddy of it all situation. So, as you know, D Woods, first of all, there's so many different Diddy documentaries that have come out, will be coming out this year. As you know, Diddy is facing the Southern District of New York on May 5th of this year. But there are multiple documentaries that are coming out. D. Woods, formerly of Danny DeCane, who's really not talked about Danny DeCane in a long time. She never was a part of their reunion. Well, she's a part of this new documentary for the ID channel, and she's talking about why she felt safe enough to talk about Diddy now.
I'm curious why you decided to speak up now. Well, it's more of a question of why I have not been able to speak up in the past. And I would say that this moment now is a time where I feel like my experience, my truth will really be heard and actually considered and believed. You know, he is looked at as a hero of our community, and myself included, I looked up to him too, you know? So a lot of people don't want to believe that their hero can be this other person.
So I was actually really surprised. I was really surprised to see that Dee Woods was a part of this documentary because, again, she's really been very low-key. As you also know, it was just a few months ago that Dawn Richard, formerly of Danny Kane and Diddy Dirty Money, also filed a lawsuit documenting her history of abuse from Diddy. So People Magazine says this about Dawn Richard. It says, former Danny Kane member Dee Woods says that she felt treated like a piece of meat during an interview about her allegations against Sean Diddy Combs. Woods, who's 41, spoke out about Combs for the first time since he was arrested and charged with alleged crimes in an ABC News exclusive interview which aired on Good Morning America on Monday, January 27th. The singer, a former member of the group Danny Kane, who Combs helped form in 2005's MTV's Making of the Band, told the outlet that she had troubling interactions with the music mogul as he helped to progress and later dismantle her professional career. He did it in different ways with all of us, picking and prodding, just a way to chip and knock away and then praise you, Woods, who also appears in the new investigation Discovery docuseries The Fall of Diddy. After playing a clip of Woods saying in the docuseries, I see myself standing in these dark, scary, predatory spaces and hearing somebody say some of the most degrading things to me. ABC News' Eva Pilgrim then asked Woods, how was it predatory? Somebody constantly treating you like a piece of meat, only valuing you for your sex appeal, Woods told the outlet. In some of the environments, it was even scary to be by yourself. According to ABC News, Woods also alleges that Combs created a verbally abusive work environment. When also asked by Pilgrim 42 why she chose to come forward about the allegations, now Woods, whose real name is Juanita Denise Woodgett, said, it was more of a question of why I have not been able to speak up in the past, and I would say that this is a moment now in time where I feel like my experience, my truth, will really be heard and actually considered and believed. She added, not talking hasn't changed anything either. Woods also added that Combs was considered a hero of our community, noting that she too looked up to him, and said a lot of people don't want to believe their hero can be this other person. As for what she'd say to Combs if given the chance, Woods replied, I honestly do not know, but I don't think you really have to say anything as long as I'm holding my head up high and my shoulders back. In a statement obtained by People, Combs' attorney stated that these documentaries are rushing to cash in on the media circus surrounding Mr. Combs. The producers failed to provide sufficient time or details for his representatives to address unsubstantiated claims, many from unidentified participants whose allegations lack context. By withholding this information, they made it impossible for Mr. Combs to present facts to counter these fabricated accusations. This production is clearly intended to present a one-sided and prejudicial narrative. As we've said before, Mr. Combs cannot respond to every publicity stunt or facially ridiculous claim. He has full confidence in the facts and the judicial process where the truth will prevail. The accusations against him are pure fiction. So a source tells People magazine, it's disappointing that these new claims that appear designed to sensationalize rather than reflect the truth. The show provided an incredible opportunity for all participants to develop their careers and achieve levels of success for few ever attained. Making of the Band was a reality show, and certain aspects were dramatized for entertainment. Decisions made regarding the group were always based on maintaining professionalism, fostering growth and ensuring the group's success. Combs is currently, as you know, facing federal charges of trafficking, racketeering, and transportation to engage in the you-know-what, following a September 2024 indictment. He's currently behind bars at Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center as he awaits trial, which is set to start on May 5th of this year. As you also know, we just reported that Sean Diddy Combs is suing Courtney Burgess, his shakedown attorney, Ariel Mitchell, and News Nation for an interview that they did. As you also know, Courtney Burgess claims to have freak-off tapes. He's a grand jury witness. He also claims to have the real Kim Porter memoir. Also in that documentary, let me see if I don't know if I brought up the, oh wait, here it is. His ex-girlfriend, Kat Payson, or Payson, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, alleges physical and sexual abuse from Diddy and also referred to him as a demon. So she's also a part of this documentary. Diddy's former girlfriend, Kat Payson, is detailing her alleged experience with him. During an interview on Investigation Discovery's upcoming docuseries, The Fall of Diddy, she revealed that he allegedly physically assaulted her in 2018. She said that during a heated exchange, he allegedly placed his arm around her neck and threatened to call the police. He laughed it off and told her it was a joke. Huh? Okay. She said that during a heated exchange... Oh, wait, I read that part. She also said that he seemed to empathize with R. Kelly, who is in prison, as you know, for his own crimes against young women, telling her there's a little bit of R. Kelly in all of us. In one instance, she alleged he threatened her by telling her she doesn't want to end up like his former girlfriend, Cassie Ventura. Here's the thing. It's hard not to believe. I know Diddy tried to make it seem as if the Cassie situation in that hotel hallway was a one-off and that he went to rehab and he got better. Doing that to a woman in the hallway of this public hotel said to me that wasn't the first or the last time that you did that. Despite his video that he decided to release and say. So I believe the girlfriend that he was all of these things to her. The ex-girlfriend. In one instance, she alleged that he threatened her by telling her that she doesn't want to end up like his former girlfriend, Cassie, who we have seen be physically assaulted in a resurfaced video. Kat Payson said that she and Diddy dated from 2018 to 2019 and then again in 2021 when he allegedly R-ed her at his Malibu home while she was sleeping. Cassie told of a similar story. She said that she didn't want to give too many details as she didn't want to, quote, relive the alleged incident. She did say, it was just scary to be honest because his whole tone, everything changed. It wasn't consensual, and he, the person who came out of the bathroom and woke me up, was someone that I didn't even recognize him, and I knew that I was never going to see him again. She alleged that Diddy later threatened to get her deported to Canada and ruin her life, to which she replied, "You're a demon." Diddy's legal team vehemently denies her claims, telling Page Six that they're fabricated. They also slammed the network for not giving them the time to respond to the claims ahead of the docuseries premiere, which we just read about in regards to the D Woods of it all. All right, guys, if you haven't already, be sure to like the video. It's easy and it's free. I just want to say thank you because we did get a couple of super chats. Seniors 11, thank you so much for being a member and for the super chat. They say, Kemp, I got my sprinkle cookies. They are great. They're not mine, but yeah, I told you. Thank you, seniors. Rita, thank you so much for the super chat and for being a member. Rita says, off topic, but I was late yesterday. Loved your RHOP recap and laughed my head off. Thank you so much, Cam. Always a highlight. See you in New York City. Yes, Rita. Rita's coming all the way from Germany for our New York City show. Don't forget, guys, New York City has the in-person show, but we also have a live stream option. All of that information is available in the description. That is happening on Friday, February 21st. Get your tickets today. Miranda, thank you so much for the super chat. Miranda says, haven't watched this season. Is it worth watching? Of which show? 90 Day Fiance, Harlem. We talked about a lot of stuff. Miss Esquire, thank you so much for the super chat. Miss Esquire says, Diddy's trial is set to start on the day of the Met Gala. Just an FYI. I figured. And it's Cinco de Mayo. People want to go and have a taco or something. I don't know. Anyways, let's move on. CV says, I booked the live stream. Can't wait, Kemp. Yay! PSM says, y'all make me want sprinkle cookies now. I haven't had them since I lived in New York and would get them in Bay Ridge or Little Italy. Or now you can order them, PSM. Now you can order them. All right. Moving on from the Diddy situation, I do want to briefly talk about Roni. So, as you know, we've been talking about the Real Housewives of New York. You know, part 1 of their reunion airs tonight. So we will be talking about that and Real Housewives of Beverly Hills tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you're subscribed and your notifications are on. But we have some spark of hope because apparently it looks like Roni might be getting a new cast. Maybe. So it seems as if the Shed Media that produces Real Housewives of Salt Lake City and Roni, apparently they're casting because they said that they're looking for new people. It says, come and get your apple. Oh, wait, no, it says it's that time. Come and get your apple. So it looks like there will be some shifts in the cast for Real Housewives of New York in the next season. Doesn't mean that they're going to completely reboot it. But there are quite a few people I just don't want to see come back next season, if I'm being honest with you. Bryn. But here's the thing. I believe in Shed Media because, remember, we were so excited about after Monica, who on Salt Lake City, and we were like, oh my gosh, she's not coming back. What are they going to do? And they were able to cast some good folks. So this is the same production company. I'm hoping that they really are able to build around people that know and like each other. None of these women really know each other like that. And none of them really like each other like that. They have to get rid of a few people. Bryn. And I'm sorry, Uba, I like you, but at the same time, it's not enough. We've given you 2 seasons to give us something, and it wasn't giving. So next. So those 2 gone. Jenna, you are fantastic. You have an iconic history. You can go. Your girlfriend doesn't even want to be on the show. Bye. Bye. Who else? Okay. And can we look? No, I like Skai, but Skai, take the notes. Be yourself. Screw everybody in this Bravo universe if they don't like you. Every show needs a villain. Okay. Anyways, CV says maybe get rid of Bryn, but true talk, she is the hot topic. Not in a good way though. It might be cool for now, but she's had a history of similar behavior from her first season to now. She's a liability, in my opinion. Who else should they get rid of from Roni? Let me take a look at this cast again. Hold on, I got a picture right here. Let me see. And we got rid of Bryn, got rid of Uba, got rid of Jenna. Okay, I'm gonna keep Aaron. Even though I really don't want to. I'm going to keep Aaron. I'm going to keep Jessel. I'm going to keep Skai. I think Raquel deserves another season. But Uba, Bryn, and Jenna can go. And I know it's a long way from, oh my goodness, Jenna effing Lyons. But Jenna offers us nothing. Sorry. Thank you for your services. I won't miss Jenna gone. Just saying. Okay, the N in the H says, keep Raquel, Skai, and Jessel by Aaron. Only reason why I don't think they're going to get rid of that many housewives. We just got rid of almost the entire cast. I just don't see them getting rid of that many people. Casting is not easy. And if they do decide to reboot the entire cast, it's going to take them a lot longer to bring the show back. So I just don't see them getting rid of every single person that's annoying. But bye to everyone. Ethereal says Aaron is too pre-produced. Aaron is too pre-produced, but I think Aaron can take the notes and stop being so pre-produced. She is very pre-produced, but she's not dangerous like a Brynn. The prank stuff, all that tomfoolery that they did this season, they need to stop. Just be yourselves. Anyways, moving along. Let me say thank you. Jay, thank you so much for the super chat. Jay says, would you consider a live show in Columbus, Ohio? Oh, not with the sad eyes. I never thought of it. I would have to look at my analytics. I just don't want to come there and, it's just going to be me and you, Jay. Jan says, I hope Jenna argues with someone in that robe. She is going to. The robe does not land in real life the way that it did in the picture, though. I'll say that. Alma says, in the preview, Jenna is covering for Brynn. So annoying. She does have a moment with Brynn that it seems like she's telling Brynn to stop. We shall see. Nash, stop. Nash says, not Ohio, child. I mean, I'd like to see Ohio. I just don't know about a live show. Just saying. All right, let me move on from that. So that is the update. Real Housewives of New York, Shed Media. It looks like they're looking for some new housewives. I don't think it's going to be a complete reboot, but here we are. I mean, I can see that. Talia says, Uba is a friend. We don't see her life except clips of her tiny apartment, not even her Mr. Connecticut. And she really is friends with these women. So I could see her coming in next season as a friend of, but not a full-time housewife. It's not giving that. Mama Allie says, I told you, the robe screams of people of Walmart. In real life, it does. Not the picture, though. Ew, Poppy says, Jenna better have a reveal under that robe. She don't. The only reveal is going to be that, the JJ hair. Mia says that you need some people who have money so long it doesn't matter what they show. Who knows? I mean, a lot of that exists in New York, but it would be interesting, though, because so many people have played with the idea or toyed with the idea of bringing back some of the OGs and mixing them up with this crowd. I just feel like they're such different people and they live such different lives and they're not really friends. Just saying. In my thoughts of the situation. All right. So before we get to the Blake Lively and the Justin Baldoni of it all and that 2 a.m. voice note, let's talk about The Traitors. Did you guys watch the new season of The Traitors? We're on episode 5 and regular Robin is gone. Bob the drag queen is gone. And now all our entertainment is pretty much gone. Everyone that's left on this new season of Traitors are gamers. And I'm okay with that because part of the reason why I watch the show is for the game. But first of all, Bob the Drag Queen, you got what you put out there. You got rid of the entertainment, so they got rid of what was left of the entertainment. I do think that Bob the Drag Queen wanted to be the only one that was funny in your life of the party, and that blew up in his face, and Boston Rob got rid of him. Boston Rob got rid of him, but now that put a spotlight on him. And Dylan, you're so fangirling after Boston Rob, you're not going to see when he comes in and slits your neck. I love him, though. I think he's really good at the game, too, but I think he's blinded by his fandom for Boston Rob. But Boston Rob, I think he might have come in too hot. Danielle, I'm so worried for you. I think you started too early coming after Carolyn. You and Carolyn should have come after Boston Rob, or at least united on that. But she's been suspicious for a while now, and I think once they get rid of more faithfuls, they're going to put their eye on Danielle. But I want Danielle to survive, but I just don't think it's going to happen. Okay, Leah says, my soror Robin wasn't regular on Traitors. Leah, you know that's not why we call her regular, right? It has more meaning than just that. Miss Esquire says, now that Bob is gone, it's boring. Yeah, they got rid of all their entertainment in the beginning. Like, we need a mix of that. But Danielle, I'm like, oh. I mean, there's been a spotlight on Danielle for a minute, but now I just feel like she thinks that she's playing a really good game and pretending. Like when they were playing that last game on episode 5, where you had to put someone's picture and everyone's putting their own picture. So the first time around, she puts Dolores' picture. Fine. She could have easily justified it and said, well, we're just beginning the game, guys. I could put my picture there and it may not survive. But the second time she goes up there and she still doesn't put her picture, and then people point it out and she's like, oh God, I messed up. And then she tries to have like a breakdown. And Dolores was not feeling bad for her. But they still got rid of Nikki. And Nikki pointed out a really important thing. She says, just because someone is different and acts different doesn't mean that they're a traitor. It just might be the fact that they are different. I don't feel like the people that are left are that brilliant. The gamers are brilliant. Wes did what he was supposed to do in regards to pointing out only way someone can know someone's 100% a traitor is if they're a traitor. But Ivar took that information and told the damn traitor. Like, if anything, Ivar, share it with someone else that's not the person. Ivar runs to go tell the traitor, sucking up to Boston Rob, who will kill you in a second. So he's messing that situation up. Dylan messes up Danielle's situation by running to Carolyn to tell Carolyn that Danielle put your name out there. That's going to be a awkward, when they meet up the traitors, that's going to be so awkward. It's going to be so... Traitors is the only reality TV series, and also because it's short. If it's Big Brother, I couldn't go back and watch episodes again. I've watched the first 3-4 episodes more than twice. So, and I just rewatched episode 5 before this live. So that's where we are. Nikki's gone. Sierra, they have suspicion on Sierra, which I don't understand. Why is there a suspicion on Sierra? Danielle has put Carolyn's name out there to multiple people, including Brittany. Dylan is throwing Danielle under the bus. Boston. Every time I say Boston Rob, I want to say Black Rob. You know, like the rapper. Okay. Boston Rob now knows. Ooh, Janelle says Ivar is chauvinistic. I won't like him until I know he truly feels about Harry and Meghan. You already know, okay? You already know how he feels about Harry and Meghan. I wonder if that ever came up. I would have asked. That would have been funny. East Austin says Ivar is a Mountbatten. Google that last name with Germany and then tell me what you think. We know what that means. We watched what's it called? The Crown. Talia says that Teresa Giudice should have been on Traitors. Word on the street she was supposed to be. I don't know what happened and she ended up on a House of Villains, but maybe that check was bigger. I don't know. I could definitely see her doing it again, or doing Traitors. I can also see Kenya doing Traitors. I can see Nene doing Traitors. That'd be a good season with the two of them. And one of them has to be a traitor. Who should be the traitor? You have to pick one, though. Between Nene and Kenya, who should be the traitor and who should be the faithful? Like, I'm leaning, like, my first inclination is make Kenya the traitor, but I feel like everyone's going to think that. So maybe not make her the traitor. Something to think about. English says, Kempire, when you coming to Houston? You know, we just talked about that today. Peyton says they said the trader's check is huge. Not what I heard. Not what I heard. I mean, the check that you win, yes, it's huge. Nene the traitor. That's what I was leaning towards. Make Nene the traitor and Kenya the faithful. Just because I think a lot of us would assume that Kenya would be the traitor. Janelle says Kenya should be the traitor because she will act her way out of suspicion. Now I want to see it. Oh, and you know what? Put Candy in there too. Damn, we already got three Black Housewives. Yup, that's how we should do it. Next season. The other thing, shout out to the UK Traitors. I can't wait to watch it. I hear that it's all regular people this season. And I want to go back to season 1 of the US version where they mix regular people with reality TV personalities, because those reality TV personalities, you already know who they are and how to navigate those personalities. Regular folks, you really don't know who they are, and it makes it even harder for you to kind of figure out those personalities. And some of these regular folks don't know who these reality TV people are. I hope they do that next season. Or do what the UK did, do a regular season with just regular folks, and then a season with just celebrities. That way we get two amazing seasons a year. Mama Ali, that you're right. Candy would be a good traitor. I just saw Candy on Reasonable Doubt. She was good in that. I remember that they said that she was on one of these shows, and I didn't realize it was Reasonable Doubt. You know, I'm watching the current season. Yeah. Ooh, Theo says the civilians from season 1 felt a little too desperate for Instagram fame. I didn't get that feeling. Kara says the regular people are more hungry for money, makes for better TV. Yeah, and also for us that don't, I think we know these personalities, no matter if you watch Real Housewives or Survivor or Big Brother, we kind of know these people, even if we didn't watch their season. These regular folks, we don't know them. We don't know them at all. I want to see it. Latasha says, the overseas are all regular people to me because I don't know them. Well, no, I heard that the new season, I might be wrong, you guys correct me if I'm wrong, the new season of Traitors UK are regular folks. That's what I heard. Tamar would be good. Tamar was good. She's great entertainment, and she's very competitive. I wonder if she's watching this new season. She was very good on Celebrity Big Brother. I just don't want to see Tamar and Candy on the same season again. So we got to switch that up because they're not good anymore. They're not good anymore. So I don't want to do that this season. All right. Leah, here you go, Leah. Leah says, Tamar for Traitors. She was the first Black woman to win any U.S. Big Brother. You're right, though. Doesn't she have that in her profile? That's a big deal. Now you make me want to go back and watch that season. That was a good season. I love Big Brother. All right, can we focus? Holistic RN Diva says, Kempire, you should try out for Traitors. I just don't want you guys to see me make a fool of myself. Like get it all wrong every week. I think it's Nene. You know what I mean? No. And then the physical activities, I'm not as sprightly as I used to be. Woo, woo, woo. But I love the game. I do. I love watching it. I love, Oh, you're right. Y2K says Tamar and Tom Green versus Tom Green was a key. Oh my gosh. I'm going to have to rewatch that, but I have so many things I need to watch, but I need to rewatch that. It was such a good season. It was. Talia says, I love the season with Tamar and Candy. Me too. All right. Let's get to the back to the news. So the Traitors, we're still watching it. We're still talking about it. Mama Ali is going to be posting the timestamps for people that want to jump around to certain topics. So a lot of you are probably here for us to talk about this Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively situation. So let's get into this because word on the street, this sucker is not going to be over in 2025. Okay? Not even close to be over in 2025. So according to the Associated Press, we're going to have to wait till 2026. A New York judge set a March 2026 trial date on Monday and moved an initial conference from mid-February to next week as the public feud between Blake Lively and her It Ends With Us co-star and director Justin Baldoni continued to grow and accelerate. And in a new and separate front in a series of legal battles surrounding the film that became a surprise hit last summer, Lively in a Texas court filed a request for a deposition of a man she says was central to turning online sentiment against her during its release and promotion. The New York federal judge, Louis J. Lyman, told both sides in an order late Monday to prepare for a March 9th, 2026 trial. He also moved an initial conference from mid-February to next week and told lawyers to be prepared to address complaints about pre-trial publicity and attorney conduct. As you know, our last live video that we did, we talked about, because a lot of people get contentious about people that they don't know. When we talk about the Justin Baldoni and the Blake Lively of it all, this is another reason why I avoided talking about Johnny Depp and the Amber Heard trial. For those that say, you like to chase views, you only do things for views, then why didn't I cover that? I could have easily covered that. There's so many examples of stories that I could cover that I don't cover. That would be easy views, likes, and cash.
The rumors and nastiness about her.
But this is gearing up to be that. And mind you, these two were never in a relationship. But this leads to speculation on why people think that something might have happened or could have happened between these two. So Lyman took actions after Lively's lawyers claimed in a filing on Monday that an attorney for Baldoni was trying to taint potential jurors over lawsuits that the actor had filed against each other. The lawyers said that Baldoni's attorney was trying to wreck Lively's career and turn potential New York jurors against her by creating a website to release selected documents and communications between Lively and Baldoni. The lawyer said that attorney Brian Freeman, representing Baldoni, was, quote, engaging in his extrajudicial campaign to influence these proceedings and the public perception of legal filings to this court. And there already is a serious risk that his misconduct is tainting the jury pool. Freeman said in a statement in response to Monday's assertions that the irony is not lost on anyone that Miss Lively is so petrified of the truth that she has moved to gag it. Because she moved to have a gag order. We will always respect the court. However, we will never be bullied by those suggesting we cannot defend our clients with pure, unedited facts, in reference to some of the footage on set of It Ends With Us. Sidebar, again, I will cite my sources. You can watch the full footage that they released from the set that Blake Lively talked about in her lawsuit, alleging awkward, inappropriate things happening on set between Justin Baldoni and her. Okay? All we want, this is Brian Freeman, all we want is for people to see the actual text messages that directly contradict her, Blake Lively's, allegations. Video footage that clearly shows that there was no sexual harassment and all the other powerful evidence that directly contradicts any false allegations. In a letter to the judge on Thursday, Baldoni's attorney, Kevin Fritz, accused Blake Lively of a publicity campaign that left Baldoni and other defendants the objects of public scorn and contempt. He said that the actions had damaged those she sued so that they were exiled from polite society and suffered damages totaling numbers of millions of dollars due to Miss Lively's scorched earth media campaign. In a separate filing in Hays County, Texas, a precursor for another potential lawsuit, Lively asked for an order for a deposition from Jed Wallace, a crisis management specialist she alleges was behind much of the social media manipulation surrounding the film that turned public sentiment against her through posts on Reddit and TikTok. Wallace and his Texas-based firm Street Relations were brought on as subcontractors by publicists working with Baldoni and his production company, the filing said. He weaponized a digital army around the country, including in New York and Los Angeles, to create, seed, manipulate, and advance disparaging content that appeared to be authentic on social media platforms and internet chat forums. This is why you should be very mindful of what you view on the internet. Because it is manipulated a lot in a lot of different ways. And you saw recently that Apple I think they settled a case in regards to where they said that they were using Siri to listen to your conversation so that they could gear advertising towards you. Yeah, that's real. And you might be, look, you're not going to get a lot. You're not going to get a lot from it. Maybe a couple of dollars. Because I think because I have a lot of Apple products. They're listening to us. I had an incident this weekend where I was talking with Taria, and then all of a sudden, some of the things that we talked about was showing up on my phone. I was like, what is going? I was like, Taria. Anyways, I continue. So Freeman, Wallace identified in Lively's federal lawsuit, but he is not a defendant. Friedman, Baldoni's attorney, who the filing says Wallace's lawyer did not respond to a request for comment on the issue. Lively sued Baldoni, his production company, and others in New York in late December for sexual harassment and attacks on her reputation and asked for unspecified damages. Baldoni sued earlier this month, accusing Lively and her husband, Deadpool actor Ryan Reynolds, of defamation and extortion, and is seeking at least $400 million in damages. The judge said Monday that he'll likely combine the lawsuits for trial. Thank God. Thank you, Judge. It Ends With Us, an adaptation of Colleen Hoover's best-selling 2016 novel that begins as a romance but takes a dark turn into domestic violence, was released in August, exceeding box office expectations, probably doing really well now in the replay on like Netflix, with a $50 million debut. That's huge. But the movie's release was shrouded by speculation over discord between Lively and Baldoni. Lively came to fame, as you know, through the 2005 film The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, and bolstered her stardom on the TV series Gossip Girl from 2007 to 2012. She has since starred in films like The Town and The Shallows. Okay. Baldoni starred in the TV comedy Jane the Virgin, directed the 2019 film 5 Feet Apart. Oh my God, he directed that? Have you guys seen 5 Feet Apart? I love that movie. Baldoni directed it? No, I'm playing. Woo, woo, woo. I love that movie. Have you seen that movie? That's one of the movies that I actually have, that I bought, and I have. And there's not a lot of movies like that I buy and I keep for like streaming. That was a good movie. Okay, I'm sorry. So Baldoni is a star of the TV comedy Jane the Virgin, which I didn't love. Directed the 2019 film 5 Feet Apart and wrote Man Enough, a book pushing back against traditional notions of masculinity. I didn't realize he directed that. I thought this was his directorial debut. I guess not. Oh, wait. I had more to talk about in regards to this situation, because I also have a clip to play for you. Oh, yes, there's more. There's more that we have to talk about, but I have to talk about Candace Owens. Oh, no. It's related, though. It's related. So let me just get into this part. So Candace Owens has tossed out her opinion on Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni's feud, and she revealed that she thinks that Ryan Reynolds is the true villain behind the scenes. So she says that yesterday I received a tip from someone who allegedly worked on the set of It Ends With Us. Lately, everyone is bashing Blake Lively, but apparently the true villain in this saga is Ryan Reynolds, her husband. Owens, 35, wrote via her Instagram stories on Wednesday, January 24th. Owens said that her source was, quote, alleging that everything started after Reynolds decided to stroll onto the movie set one day and review the dailies. The political commentator then claimed her source said that the Deadpool star took a look at the script and said that something set him off. She added that her source claimed that Reynolds went to the WME talent agency and gave them an ultimatum demanding they drop Baldoni, as you know they eventually did, from their client roster. She says, here's what I think likely happened. My opinion, Ryan Reynolds is grossly insecure. This in part motivated by the fact that he dates and married women who are almost a decade younger than him. Owens then pulled a previous interview with Reynolds' ex-wife Scarlett Johansson and claimed that Johansson, 40, came very close to saying that the Green Lantern star's jealousy had played a part in the demise of their marriage. A lot of you have been saying that. As Owens continued with her theory, she claimed that Reynolds had used the characters he played on screen to humiliate others in the industry. She alleged that that is what happened with the character Nicepool in Deadpool and Wolverine. Owens also shared an old interview with Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool 2 co-star TJ Miller, who played Weasel in the first 2 Deadpool movies, and Adam Carolla's podcast that she seemingly believed to be the evidence of her theory. As the character, he was like horrifically mean to me, but to me, as if I'm a weasel, Miller said during an appearance on the Adam Carolla show in 2022. He was like, you know what's great about you, Weasel? You're not the star, but you do just enough exposition that it's funny, and then we can leave and get back to the real movie. I just kind of listened and thought it was weird, and then I got off stage because they were like, cut. Miller then added that the crew also seemed uncomfortable with the interaction afterwards. Owens ended her theory by writing, "Final thoughts, I think Ryan Reynolds is unhinged. I think Blake was fine with everything in the movie she signed on for, hence not requesting an intimacy coordinator. And then all that changed the day her husband showed up to the set and allegedly blew a fuse." As you know, Lively filed a lawsuit against Baldoni in December of 2024 and accused him of inappropriate behavior on the set of It Ends With Us. Baldoni's lawyer, Brian Freeman, quickly slammed the allegations. He says it's shameful that Miss Lively and her representatives would make such serious and categorically false accusations against Mr. Baldoni, Wayfair Studios, and representatives. We already mentioned that Baldoni went on January 16th to file his own $400 million lawsuit against not just Blake Lively and her publicist, but Ryan Reynolds as well. Lively's reps responded with a statement to In Touch and said that the strategy of attacking the woman is desperate. It does not refute the evidence in Miss Lively's complaint, and it will fail. So, as you also know, in the last live that we did talking about this story, we mentioned the video footage that Justin Baldoni had released from the set of It Ends With Us, basically using to counter the claims that there was sexual harassment on set, that he was inappropriate. This was a particular scene that was mentioned in Blake Lively's lawsuit. Well, it looks as if they're not done, and this is why I say the fact that they set this court date for next year, we are going to be dealing with these folks constantly coming out with information. But hold on, let me see what Janelle says. Janelle says, according to Demois, It Ends With Us author Colleen Hoover has retired and retreated from public life. Allegedly, she fired her team, and all of this due to the Justin Blake lawsuit. Do you blame her? It's already very draining. It's giving Amber Heard in Johnny Depp. And these two aren't even in an actual relationship. But let me play for you the clip. So last week we talked about them releasing the footage. We couldn't show you the footage because that's a part of a movie and we don't need the copyright strike. But I'm going to play for you a voice note that Justin Baldoni allegedly sent at 2 a.m. I'm going to stop and go because I want to unpack some of the things that are said. But that's the big story right now, that he sent this voice note at 2 a.m. But listen to what he says in the voice note. Let me play it for you.
Hey, Blake. It is.
I'm sorry. Why does he sound so sexy? Oh wait, no, I'm playing. What? Come on. If someone sends you a text like that, voice note like that, hey, Kempire. That's a little. I'm sorry. I couldn't even get through the first 3 seconds. Okay. Well, Creme Brulee says that Blake messages him at 4 a.m. The 2 a.m. doesn't bother me. This is Hollywood. Is it appropriate for a working relationship? No. But let me get back. Let me rewind it back. I'm sorry. Gigi says sounded like Barry White.
Hey, Blake. It is 2 in the morning. Hopefully this does not wake you up. Whew. Wow. There's so much I want to say to you, and I hope that we can...
Why is he breathing so hard? We're never going to get through this voice note, are we? Why is he breathing so hard?
FaceTime or see each other in person soon and get to talk more. But I'm just going to send you a few thoughts, and hopefully it's not going to be more than a few minutes. But that I don't have the best track record. I don't think either one of us have the best track record for our voice memos. I want to start with an apology.
Did you hear him? He said, I guess we both don't have the best track record when it comes to voice notes, probably sending them at inappropriate times. Okay, let's continue.
Man, reading the second part of your message, my heart sank. And I'm really sorry. I for sure fell short. And you worked really hard on that. And the way you framed it and how that made you feel, I just want to say thank you for sharing that with me. That takes a lot of trust and vulnerability, and I feel really grateful that you feel safe enough to tell me that that's how you feel and share that with me. And I'm really sorry. I f***ed up. That is a fail on my part. One thing you should know about me is I will admit and apologize when I fail. I am far from perfect. I am a very flawed man, as my wife will attest. And and I'm going to f*** up. I'm going to say the wrong thing. I'm going to put my foot in my mouth.
He's got a cute laugh, too. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. Can we talk? Can we kid a little bit? Can we make light of this crazy situation that we're going to be dealing with for the rest of the year? He's got a cute little laugh to him. Playing that back.
Perfect. I'm a very flawed man, as my wife will attest. And and I'm going to f*** up. I'm going to say the wrong thing. I'm going to put my foot in my mouth. I'm going to piss you off, probably, but I will always apologize and find my way back to center. That is one thing I can assure you of. And I'm sorry I made you feel that way. That must have felt terrible. And I will for sure do better. That was not my best weekend, and I should have given it more time. And damn right, you got great friends if that's how you felt and they knew that. And we should all have friends like that, aside from the fact that they're two of the most creative people on the planet. The three of you guys together is unbelievable. Talk about energy and just a force, all three of you. But I just wanted you to know that I didn't need that, because it's really good and it's going to make the movie sing, like you said, and I'm excited to go through the whole movie with you. I'm just excited to spend time with you. I'm excited to be in your sphere and your presence, and for us to share creative juices together, although that sounds terrible.
Wait, come on. The fact that he says creative juices and then follows that up, but that sounds terrible. I don't think he's being malicious. I don't think he's trying to be inappropriate. I really don't, based off, because he's like counteracting something that could be creepy, but at the same time saying, like, I don't mean it like that, but okay.
I think you and I have been trying to build a relationship, which I think we've done successfully. I mean, here we are talking like this, me into my phone at 2 a.m, but largely via text and voice note. And I will be honest with you, that is not my biggest strength. I love being with people and being in somebody's space and being face to face, and I feel like that's where I excel, and definitely fallen short at times in our text and voice note exchanges, because there's so much to communicate and there's so much happening, and all that to say, I'm just really looking forward to spending time together, and I think that's going to really go a long way for our chemistry, which I believe is there. and has been there from the start. So
What?
I'm so
Oh,
damn
wait.
excited
What? Wait. Our chemistry? That's always been. Look, they're actors, y'all. Stop reading too much into it. Let's play that again, though. Our creative. What?
Really go a long way for our chemistry, which I believe is there and has been there from the start. So I was so damn excited when you wanted to do this film. I felt it in the room when we met, and yeah, I think it does come from the both of us being so fucking hardworking and having a vision and not settling. And I'm excited to have a creative partner in that with you. And it's just really exciting. There's so much more to say. There's so much I want to say. And there's one thing that I do need to say, which is I am so sorry you have been through what you've been through with these other filmmakers and producers or whoever the people were that you worked with. It just...
Listen to this part. This part stood out to me when I listened to it the first time because, and you know, if you've been following me covering this story, some of y'all don't like my opinion on it, and you're going to have to live with it, okay? Because I'm not shucking and jiving to please you. But however, I might be twerking on a fence on this particular one. When he says that she's had problems with other people, and I guess she expressed those problems with the other people, then I said to self, wait, maybe she's the problem. If you've had all of these problems with every other person, and this is Hollywood, and there are a lot of dirty scoundrels in Hollywood. But then I said to self, well, if I'm going to give people some grace, I'm thinking to self, well, maybe you're the problem. Because now, fast forward, now Justin Baldoni's the problem. Again, another person's the problem on this set. I'm just asking a question. I'm not taking anyone's sides because I'm playing HR right now. Come on. Y'all still on the juicy part. Focus, y'all. Let me play this again.
There's so much more to say. There's so much I want to say. And there's one thing that I do need to say, which is I am so sorry you have been through what you've been through with these other filmmakers and producers or whoever the people were that you worked with. It just pissed me off. Those that I'm just still kind of blown away that this is the industry that we're in and that you've experienced that as a woman. And I know I don't need to say it, but that's not at all going to be or will be, and hopefully it's not been the experience with me. There's nothing more exciting to me like that I get to work with Blake Lively and have her, all of her. I mean, that's what I want. And so there's been no
I'm sorry. I'm so glad I'm not the HR department or the attorney or the judge on this case. Wait, what? Sir, let me play it again.
Not at all going to be or will be, and hopefully it's not been the experience with me. There's nothing more exciting to me like that I get to work with Blake.
But you see where he says, mind you, this is being released by her. Allegedly. I guess I have to say allegedly. I don't think I have to say allegedly. This voice note didn't bode well, I think, for her. I know the 2 a.m. in the morning part from your employer, inappropriate, and there's certain words and things that might be inappropriate. But he literally says here that he doesn't want her experience with other filmmakers to be her experience with him.
Say it, but that's not at all going to be or will be, and hopefully it's not been the experience with me. There's nothing more exciting to me like that I get to work with Blake Lively and have her, all of her. I mean, that's what I want. And so there's been no hesitancy with me sending you the final draft file. I am totally fine with that. The only reason I didn't send it today was because I was trying to implement and add your notes into my working draft, which is already like I'm all over that draft right now. So there's a whole bunch of new stars that are going to be collated pages, and I just haven't had a chance to send it to you. But there's no hesitancy. I'm happy to send it to you, and I'm sorry that has happened to you before, and I hope after this experience there will be a new. I don't know. I hope it'll be healing in some way, because that's all I want. I want this movie to be healing. I want this movie to be commercial, just like you, and affect people and touch people. And I want to walk you through my whole plan. And and the work that we're doing with the domestic violence partner that we found, no more, and just my vision. And I just know that this can be really, really special, and it's going to be special. And you're the secret sauce, and we're the secret sauce. And anyways, I have so much more to say. I'm going to stop rambling because Jesus Christ, it's been 6 minutes and 30 seconds. So me. I'm sorry. You probably have kids all over you and a baby on your boob, and you're listening to me ramble.
Inappropriate. Inappropriate. Why are we talking about her boob? Why are we talking about her? This is where the HR comes into play. And this is where the entertainment side sometimes gets a little inappropriate, especially with the language that's being used, because this is her employer. Let me play this last part again. Hold on. Just because his voice is incredible.
And affect people and touch people, and I want to walk you through my whole plan and the work that we're doing with the domestic violence partner that we found, no more, and just my vision. And I just know that this can be really, really special, and it's going to be special. And you're the secret sauce, and we're the secret sauce. And anyways, I have so much more to say. I'm going to stop rambling because Jesus Christ, it's been 6 minutes and 30 seconds. So me. I'm sorry. You probably have kids all over you and a baby on your boob, and you're listening to me ramble at 2 a.m. I hope you're feeling better, and give Ryan my love.
Give Ryan my love. So just a correction. Justin Baldoni, according to TMZ, is following through on his vow to release all his communications with Blake Lively, revealing a nearly 7-minute apology he sent to her at 2 a.m. while they were working on It Ends With Us script. Justin's voice note was clearly recorded shortly after the co-star's now infamous meeting to discuss the movie's rooftop scene, which Blake had rewritten. And he's apologizing for his less than warm reaction to the changes, saying, "I'm really sorry I effed up. I will admit and apologize when I fail. I'm a very flawed man, as my wife will attest." Where was his wife when he was doing this? Just asking. He continues, "I'm gonna, piss you off probably, but I will always apologize and find my way back to center. I'm sorry I made you feel that way. I will for sure do better." This was the meeting where Blake had her husband, Ryan Reynolds, and BFF, Taylor Swift, cheerleading her script changes. Why is Taylor Swift or Ryan Reynolds involved in this situation? And Justin acknowledges their input, telling Blake, "Damn right, you've got great friends. We should all have friends like that, aside from the fact that they're two of the most creative people on the planet." Remember, in a text message to Justin, Blake referred to herself as Khaleesi from Game of Thrones and called Taylor and Ryan her protective dragons. Really? So this is the Kempire After Dark audio. So if you come to the New York show, we're going to listen to this again. Okay? Just because this is juicy. So in his voice message, first posted by the Daily Mail, Justin says that 3 of them together are an incredible, powerful force, and he gushes about wanting to spend time with her crafting the movie. Here's the thing. We have to remember, this was his baby, this movie. I think he wanted her to be a part of it, so he was willing to make some of those changes. Nash says, Nash, you can find it on Twitter. Nash says, "Kempire, what's the link for the voice note? Asking for myself to review later tonight." Y'all, get it together, please. Now there's a portion of the messages folks who are Team Blake might find creepy. For instance, towards the end, Justin telling Blake how sorry he is that she had previous bad experiences with other filmmakers. He calls them F-heads and ironically tells her that that's not at all going to be or will be or hopefully has not been the experience with me. There's nothing more exciting to me than I get to work with Blake Lively and have all of her. I mean, that's what I want. I have to say, some of this stuff doesn't land well, so this doesn't necessarily bode well for Justin Baldoni, who has vowed to release all of his proof like this one. Justin goes on to say that he and Blake are the secret sauce to making a great movie, and then finally, around 6 minutes and 30 seconds into the message, he cuts himself off and says, "I'm sorry, you probably have kids all over you and a baby on your boob, and you're listening to me ramble." At 2 a.m., I would hope those kids are asleep and that she's asleep. That last part is relevant to the sexual harassment allegations Blake made in her lawsuit, including one about Justin walking in her trailer while she was breastfeeding. So, that's true. Wait a minute. Nikki says the dragon comment was definitely a threat. Here's the thing, and this is where I go twerking on the fence. I feel as if there were a lot of things happening on this set that were inappropriate from both sides. Just based off of the information that we're getting, I do feel as if maybe the situation when it comes to maintaining a positive work environment was lacking. However, I also don't think that Blake Lively is completely innocent either. I also don't think that, I think she used the star power of her friends like Taylor Swift and Ryan Reynolds in order to navigate and pressure them to make these changes. Because I don't think that's common in Hollywood where an actor is able to come in and make all complete edits of a scene, make edits of their own. And just come in and just be like, unless you're of that level. I don't consider Blake Lively of that level. I know a lot of people in Hollywood would, probably because she's married to who she's married to. Gossip Girl was on how many years ago? What have you done lately? Well, now it ends with us. That is her recent success. Now it's turned into a lawsuit. Baldoni's attorney, Brian Freeman, says that he wants to be totally transparent and release all texts, emails, and voice messages between Justin and Blake. But as we've reported, Blake's attorneys want the judge to put a muzzle on Friedman. The judge has yet to do that. Well, part of me is like, well, if we're going to get voice messages like this, I don't put the muzzle on just yet.
Hey, Blake. It is 2 a.m. Hopefully this does not wake you up. On my part, one thing you should know about me is I will admit and apologize when I fail. I am far from perfect. In somebody's space and being face to face, and I feel like that's where I excel, and definitely fallen short at times in our text and voice note exchanges because there's so much to communicate and there's so much happening, and have all of her. I mean, that's what I want. And so there's been no hesitancy with me sending you the final draft file. I am totally fine with that. The only reason I didn't send it today was because I was trying to implement and add your notes into my working draft, which is already like I'm all over that draft right now.
I'm sorry, but we're going to hear this again. I just was going to the highlights, but I want to hear this again, and then I'm going to wrap this up. Guys, you're just joining us. This is our Tuesday Takeover where we cover a bunch of hot topics, reality television news, and other things, okay? Let me just play this one more time, and then I'm going to get out of here. Bye.
Hey, Blake. It is 2 a.m. Hopefully this does not wake you up. Whew. Wow, there's so much I want to say to you, and I hope that we can FaceTime or see each other in person soon and get to talk more. But I'm just going to send you a few thoughts, and hopefully it's not going to be more than a few minutes. But I don't have the best track record. I don't think either one of us have the best track record for our voice memos. I want to start with an apology. Man, reading the second part of your message, my heart sank, and I'm really sorry. I for sure fell short, and you worked really hard on that, and the way you framed it, and how that made you feel. I just want to say thank you for sharing that with me. That takes a lot of trust and vulnerability, and I feel really grateful that you feel safe enough to tell me that that's how you feel and share that with me. And I'm really sorry. I f***ed up. That is a fail on my part. One thing you should know about me is I will admit and apologize when I fail. I am far from perfect. I'm a very flawed man, as my wife will attest. And
Pause. I do want to say that his wife kind of favors Blake Lively. They kind of fall in the same kind of blonde category. Yeah. Go take a look at a picture of his wife, just saying.
And I'm going to up. I'm going to say the wrong thing. I'm going to put my foot in my mouth. I'm going to piss you off, probably, but I will always apologize and find my way back to center. That is one thing I can assure you of. And I'm sorry I made you feel that way. That must have felt terrible. And I will for sure do better. That was not my best weekend, and I should have given it more time. And damn right, you got great friends if that's how you felt and they knew that. And we should all have friends like that, aside from the fact that they're two of the most creative people on the planet. The three of you guys together is unbelievable. Talk about energy and just a force, all three of you.
Sidebar, he does have a book, so I'm sure there's an audio to his book. Just saying.
In somebody's space and being face to face, and I feel like that's where I excel, and definitely fallen short at times in our text and voice note exchanges because there's so much to communicate and there's so much happening, and all that to say, I'm just really looking forward to spending time together, and I think that's going to really go a long way for our chemistry, which I believe is there. And has been there from the start. So I was so damn excited when you wanted to do this film. I felt it in the room when we met. And yeah, I think it does come from the both of us being so fucking hardworking and having a vision and not settling. And I'm excited to have a creative partner in that with you. And it's just really exciting. There's so much more to say. There's so much I want to say. And there's one thing that I do need to say, which is I am so sorry you have been through what you've been through with these other filmmakers and producers or whoever the people were that you worked with. It just pissed me off. Those that I'm just still kind of blown away that this is the industry that we're in and that you've experienced that as a woman. And I know I don't need to say it, but that's not at all going to be or will be, and hopefully it's not been the experience with me. There's nothing more exciting to me like that I get to work with Blake Lively and have her, all of her. I mean, that's what I want. And so there's been no hesitancy with me sending you the final draft file. I am totally fine with that. The only reason I didn't send it today was because I was trying to implement and add your notes into my working draft, which is already like I'm all over that draft right now. So there's a whole bunch of new stars that are going to be collated pages, and I just haven't had a chance to send it to you. But there's no hesitancy. I'm happy to send it to you, and I'm sorry that has happened to you before, and I hope after this experience there will be a new. I don't know. I hope it'll be healing in some way, because that's all I want. I want this movie to be healing. I want this movie to be commercial, just like you, and affect people and touch people. And I want to walk you through my whole plan. And
here's the thing: he sounds like a man desperate to have this movie made and have her attached. He also wants Ryan Reynolds and Taylor Swift attached. Didn't Taylor Swift do a song for the movie too? So he's seeing the potential of what all of this and what she brings. Her as an actress, what she brings, not a lot, but the people behind her bring a lot. And it seems like he is trying to save his movie.
And the work that we're doing with the domestic violence partner that we found, No More, and just my vision, and I just know that this can be really, really special, and it's going to be special, and you're the secret sauce, and we're the secret sauce. And anyways, I have so much more to say. I'm going to stop rambling because, Jesus Christ, it's been 6 minutes and 30 seconds, so me. I'm sorry. You probably have kids all over you and a baby on your boob, and you're listening to me ramble at 2 a.m. I hope you're feeling better, and give Ryan my love.
It does sound like he was desperate to save this movie. Again, this was a voice note that he ended up releasing. His attorneys have been releasing, because last week they released footage from the set. This week they're releasing voice notes, and we have our feelings about the voice notes sent at 2 a.m. Apparently, even in the voice note, he says apparently this is what they've done. She sent voice notes allegedly at random times as well. But the mention of her boob, some of the other things mentioned in the voice note, doesn't necessarily bode well for him as an employer. Because he is considered an employer. He's one of the filmmakers. It's his studio as well. He is considered in a power position. So we shall see. Look, we shall see. We're going to continue to cover this story and follow the story. I had to play it again for the women in the chat. Guys, don't forget the Kempire After Dark, a live experience. I might have to play this again. If we still remember or talk, we will be talking about this come February 21st. Don't forget the Kempire After Dark live experience returns to New York City on Friday, February 21st at the Green Room 42. Get your tickets today. There is a live stream option exclusively for this show. So if you want to see the show and be a part of the show, make sure you get your tickets today. Meet and greets are available for this show as well. So stay tuned for that. More information on that will be available in the description with today's sponsor. Rose Forever is sponsoring today's live recap of a variety of different hot topics, as you saw. Make sure you use the Kempire 20 discount code for $20 off. Valentine's Day is right around the corner, so don't forget to go get something for yourself or someone you love, or hint to someone that you love that this is what you want for Valentine's Day. More information on that will be available in the description. Thank you to everyone that sent in super chats. We had a couple more super chats, and I'm going to wrap it up there. Thank you so much for the super chat. JJ says, I would love to see Kenya or Giselle on Traders. I can see that. Jay Bond, thank you for the super chat. Jay Bond says, Kempire, do you think Justin Baldoni is weak? I keep seeing people say that he let Blake have her way too many times. I don't know if that makes him weak. I think he was trying to play the game in regards to Hollywood, because he wanted to get this movie made. And this was one of, he doesn't have a lot of movies under his belt, but this was a pet project for him, a baby for him. I can see where he's like, although I don't consider, Blake Lively an A-list actress, she's married to a top actor in the business, and she's best friends with Taylor Swift. That alone gives her the A-list by association. Brooklyn Rose, thank you so much for the super chat. Brooklyn says, thank you for curating this wonderful space for us, Kempire. Thank you, Brooklyn Rose. I appreciate that. Ali, thank you so much for the super chat. Ali says, I'm beginning to think all this mess started with Ryan Reynolds' insecurity. Blake and Justin probably been sending late night messages during filming. Well, that's been rumors too, that Ryan Reynolds has a history of being allegedly controlling. So some people are saying, as you saw at Candace Owens and her speculation and what someone sent her, a source on the set of It Ends With Us, that Ryan Reynolds may have been the problem. As you also know, in the new $400 million lawsuit that Justin Baldoni filed, it's not just Blake Lively that's named, Ryan Reynolds is also named as well. Miss Esquire says, this was such a big get for him. They bought the rights to the IP for 2 books, developed it from the start. Miss Esquire is so invested in the story. She updated us on a lot of stuff. She gives us the legal tea, but she knows a lot about this story. We're going to continue to talk about this. They set a trial for March of next year. Not this year, next year. So I'm sure more and more is going to be coming out. I just can't imagine doing a movie with someone that you probably would never speak to again is turned into this. But we're going to keep following. We'll be adding the timestamps for all of the hot topics and shows that we talked about during our Tuesday takeover. If you enjoy content like this, be sure to subscribe. Make sure that you're still subscribed, and also be sure to hit your notification so that you don't miss out on anything. And don't forget to subscribe to the Kempire podcast so you can hear an audio version of our live recaps and special episodes. I still need to do an episode talking about my time in Washington, D.C. and the Kempire After Dark live experience there. So subscribe today to the Kempire podcast, and don't forget to give us a 5-star rating. Shout out to our Kingsguard, shout out to our channel members, shout out to our subscribers, and shout out to those of you that aren't subscribed but still watch the content. We appreciate the view regardless. Thank you all for being here. I will see you guys later. Bye. Thanks for tuning in to Kempire here on the Kempire Radio podcast. As always, don't forget to give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. And for everything Kempire Radio, head on over to KempireRadio.com.